Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch channel on YouTube and at overwatchproject.com. This video I'm going to be talking to you about the eclipse that's about to happen today on August 21st. I want to make this video before it happens, so there'll be a record of what I said before. And on about 923, the 923-17 prophecy and times, blah blah blah. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? The eclipse is going to happen today, shortly. Now, what will happen is the moon will block out the sun temporarily across certain parts of the United States, and there'll be a shadow, so everything will be in darkness for a short time. Some places it'll be very dark. That's about it. Okay? I don't think anything else will happen that'll be noticeable. Now, I remember the 2012 hype, right? If you were around for that. Now, did something happen on 2012? Will something happen today that isn't so noticeable? Maybe, because I have to tell you that in 2012, I was making fun of all the people. Oh, it's the end of the world, blah, blah, blah. Or it's giant shift of consciousness. Well, neither one of those things apparently happened. But was there something that happened? Because I must tell you, even though my whole life I questioned all the stuff that I had been taught, the foundation that I was given to me to build my view of reality with, because of the religion I was raised in, the Christian religion that I was educated in, and because of worldviews that came to me from all different sources, television, science, etc. You have this foundation that is basically dumped on you, depending on where you're born and how you're taught and who you're raised by. And even though I had questioned this stuff in the back of my mind, it wasn't until after 2012, it wasn't until right around 2013 that I started to, in depth, do the heavy research. I started to want to know the answers in like a hard way. And it was from that time on that I deconstructed everything that I had been taught and looked at the totality of evidence. And, this is now, what I'd say is you don't follow a group. You don't think that I belong to anything. I don't belong to a groupthink or a religion, and I don't want people to follow me. Maybe follow my YouTube channel and favorite my website so they can do their own research as a starting point. But I'm not the person that you should be led by. You shouldn't be led by anyone. I let myself lead myself. And I think the totality of data and evidence shows it's an evil, evil place. An evil, evil world with just enough good in it to keep it going. Because if it was totally evil, it would collapse in on itself. So it needs enough good to keep it going while the chaos, conflict, war, pain, suffering, death continues. And whatever that's for. Is it to make Kalush for the Archons or, parasites, whatever we're feeding? We're caught in some time-space illusion, reincarnation, loop, trap, matrix. And I'll be making more videos on how to break out of here after when you're done with this place. But for right now, let's talk about the eclipse and 923 prophecies. So if you do some research, you'll find out now the Christian religion that I used to be a part of, and depending on what sect you're involved, if you're in that religion, and you have a big focus. It is it's still the biggest religion in the world in one form or another, and it has a huge amount of its followers focused on this end times revelation prophecy bullshit. Now, I've done other videos where I expose the book of Revelation, but here I want to talk to you about the current stuff. So now, basically what these people are saying, if you break it down. Now, if you search, there'll be videos in here that have nothing to do with the Christian truther stuff. Like, for example, there's a leak project video here, and Rex Bear is a reasonable person that does a lot of research and is discusses things in a conflicted way, like I do here. I don't know everything. I ask more questions than I know the answers to. I don't have details on how all this stuff works. I just know the core elements that basically self-support themselves based on data and evidence. So you have some videos in here that are not end-time videos, but a lot of them are. And if you look at this one particular search, Eclipse End Times, in last month, a lot of these videos are like, it's here, man. It's here. These are the signs, the events, And then you have like people like Face Like the Sun, who, Gons, who words, false worship, words. What's amazing is whether you're involved in one of these religions or whether you're an atheist or, you have one of these philosophies that are compartmentalized and focused on only half-truths or partial information, you have, these people have, and as I did when I was involved in this stuff, the amazing ability of thinking you're the only one in the room that knows what's going on. Everyone else is an idiot, or they are fools who think of themselves as wise, or however that quote goes that they throw at you from the Bible. The whole thing is that if anything happens after the eclipse, it will be more people will awaken to the fact that this is a time-space illusion reincarnation trap, or some type of knowledge awakening will happen. Maybe. But that's about it. I don't predict anything else will happen. But I do think it's odd that after 2012, more people seem to be open to this view that I'm talking about here, that I'm sharing with you, that I want people to do their own research and come to their own conclusions on. I'm not trying to force my personal views of reality on you. I'm just telling you, hey, if you take a look at the totality of data, this is what you see. It's self-sustaining. Now, what's amazing to me is how focused Christian religion is on end times in huge numbers. They are the religion of the end of the world. The weird part is that, when you step outside and you see what they're really talking about, what they're really saying with this stuff, is that they are waiting for the time when billions of people will be killed in a horrific way. The planet will be scorched and destroyed in a horrible way. Animals and plants and death everywhere. So that an elect few can live in a 1,400-mile cube at the end of the world in their precious New Jerusalem city. That's really what they're talking about. When you really break it down into simple understanding of the elements of their storyline. And I was watching The Defenders on Netflix the other night. I love all the Marvel stuff. I think there's a lot of interesting, deep storylines in a lot of stuff. And the actress that plays Colleen Wing, Jessica Henwick, she was in an episode of The Defenders last night. And I happened to catch what she was saying at one point that was kind of deep. It was a moment where she was highly upset, telling her friend, when you break away from when you're born and you grow up and you're, like I said, you're given this foundation of a point of view of reality or everything you think you're supposed to believe in, and then when you break away from that, it can be quite painful or hard or tough to deal with when you realize that your whole foundation was wrong. And I understand that, some people it's harder than others. It's an interesting show. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. It's really good entertainment. So here's the whole deal. 923 will come and go and 924 will happen, and then these people will recycle into something new. What they're also telling you, and with extreme arrogance, with extreme amount of arrogance and obnoxiousness. And when I get these comments in my Book of Revelation exposed videos, or the Book of Revelation is a lie and a bunch of bullshit videos, the comments that you get from some of these people is quite arrogant, considering that they've been wrong for nearly 2,000 years. But now they're telling you, you better listen to us this time. This time we got it figured out, man. How dare you not accept the inerrant word of God? Forget about all the logical arguments you can make that the Bible is not that. But hey, how dare you? Who do you think you are? Better repent now. Judgment is coming. Please, let me tell you something. These parasites that have done this to us should be afraid of beings like me and you out there that understand what's going on. I don't believe in any of this bullshit of being of showing them any kind of love or compassion. Okay? They just better stay out of my way. Once my physical life ends and my spirit is free of the physical limitations of this body, I will not subject myself to anything that is trying to control me. I won't be fooled. I won't fall for the, it's the euphoric unconditional love spell, or the be afraid or be guilty. My subconscious every day is becoming more cleansed of all that bullshit, and it ain't gonna work. I will make a video soon about a part 2 video and start a new playlist, which I'm working on. I already have one video, how to escape the Matrix reincarnation trap. And it's a series I'll be working on and breaking it down in small bits. I already have the concept for my next video. But that's all I wanted to say today. Just wanted to get on record about the eclipse and the 923 bullshit that we'll go through this again next year at some point. There'll be some new date, some new thing. This time we got it figured out, folks. This time you better be afraid. I ain't afraid of anything. The only thing that will happen is my body will cease to function someday, and then my spirit will be unleashed. And since it is self-sustaining, apparently, that's why the parasites need us, right? They need us to produce their loosh or their food or whatever it is. And they obviously need us because we are self-sustaining. We have a spark of the all, of the impersonal, unexpressible, something we can't even contemplate, whatever made everything. The consciousness that produces everything but does not seem to interfere with it, and has certain laws of, I think, free will established inside of it, so that, yes, we can be fooled, but when we figure out that we've been fooled, we don't have to listen anymore. This is a very elaborate prison system. I don't understand people that say the archons don't have any imagination. This is the most imaginative trap for consciousness that you can come up with. There are traps at every corner. It's very hard to see what's going on. They have all kinds of places where you can get comfortable and think you know what's going on. Religions, or you can be a non-believer, and you can be an atheist, and you can have all these places where you can go to. Or you can sign up for some kind of groupthink or some cult or something. I do my own thinking. I follow no one. Anyway, I hope I've made my point. I'll be looking forward to the comments on this one. I'll see you guys later. Bye.